while you all are excited to have Mentoring Positives back. Got it. To give us a little report on what they've been able to do so far with that big fat check that we were able to give them in September. So we're very excited to have them here as well. Here's our agenda. And I think one of the most exciting things and just also studies about this organization is the fact that we keep our meetings to an hour. And I don't have this person's name, but we do have a new member. She might even be here in the room. And in her email, she said to me, "Oh, I can't wait to see if you actually keep this to an hour." And I was like, "No, we really do." So if you're here, challenge accepted, and I will try to keep all my chatter to a minimum. We really just want to be respectful of your time, and we know how busy everybody is, and it's the holiday season. So there's probably things at home, family at home that you want to get back to. Just before we begin, we do have a few announcements to make. Each charity has 5 minutes to offer their presentation. And then, as you know, that's followed by 5 minutes of questions from all of you and then people that are at home on Zoom. And welcome to our Zoom viewers. Thank you for attending as well. Don't want to make you feel left out. And then following the end of the third charity, like I mentioned, we will have Will back to speak from Mentoring Positives. And then we'll also hold that live vote via confidential Zoom poll. And then we'll also have our board members walking around and passing out ballots that you can fill out as well. Every current member can vote, which is really exciting, kind of with our new membership platform that we have. The Teams was wonderful, and not everybody got their own vote. So we're excited that everybody kind of gets to hear the message, hear the presentations, and vote on who they want. And then we also just ask anybody that's voting from Zoom, just make sure that if you're a guest tonight or anybody in the room that's a guest, that you do not vote this evening, but we do hope you join and then you can vote next time. The next thing that we would like to do is just take a moment for land recognition. This is the second meeting that we've done this, and I want to take a minute just to thank Araceli for creating this message as well. In an 1832 treaty, the Ho-Chunk were forced to cede this territory. Decades of ethnic cleansing followed when both the federal and state government repeatedly but unsuccessfully sought to forcibly remove the Ho-Chunk from Wisconsin. This history of our colonization informs our shared future of collaboration and innovation. Today, I ask you and me to respect the inherent sovereignty of the Ho-Chunk Nation, along with the 11 other First Nations of Wisconsin, with just a moment of pause. Thank you. Tonight, we're really excited to have a sponsor, and that is QBE. All of you know that 100% of the money that you give goes to the charities, which we are very proud of. But as you also know, things do cost a little bit of money now and then, whether it's financial things that we need with various programs that we use or some of the snacks or apps that we provide for you. And so we're just thrilled that QBE stepped up and is willing to be our sponsor this month. I also wanted to take a moment just to let you know that Val and Rhonda and myself, along with the rest of the board, are really grateful to those of you that took a minute to complete our venue survey. We are here again, and we're grateful to be here. We just want to let you know that we read everything and we heard you, and we know that some of you are hungry for a new location. And not just physically in the building, but also somewhere different in Madison. And so we're working really hard to find another place that we could host. Again, we're so happy to be here. And we know it's not always the most convenient for people when considering maybe parking or places that you're driving from. So just know that that's something that we did take seriously. It wasn't just like those surveys I took when I was teaching and they were like, "Oh, thanks, not going to read them." So we did read them. Hope none of my former administrators are in the room. Another thing that I would ask is just between now and maybe mid-January, you just start thinking about what your why is in terms of being a member. We really want to do a little bit of a member recruitment push. And part of that will be hearing your message and your why. And so just check your email box every now and then. We're going to be sending out just a little Google form and asking you, what's in your heart? Why do you belong? What do you get out of it? And we're hoping to incorporate, if you'd be willing to, some of your thoughts and ideas and why you're passionate about 100+. Electronic invoices, I'm going to ask Jane to speak to just for a moment because she's our financial wizard. In fact, like Remember that movie, what was it, that fire movie where the guy was like, if you go, I go. It was like Draft House. I feel like if Jane goes, I go. So that's what I think of her, but we'll let her speak just for a moment.
Hi, everybody. I just wanted to say a couple things at the year end. I've had a couple questions on the tax receipts. Since people are starting to think about tax returns, every time you pay your invoice online, you should immediately get a receipt. And if you don't, and if you want me to go back, it's simple, super simple for me to send a receipt for you for every quarterly invoice that you have given or that you have paid. The other thing is that at the end of the meeting, we've been paying our charities since we've been back in person again, a $10,000 check that has been collected because some of our invoices are already paid. And I just want to let everybody know that that isn't the total amount. It's just the amount that it's a nice flat amount that we've paid so far. And so we're still, there's a slide for how much that we've been paying the charities, but that question has come up a couple times. And last, because I know I wasn't on the agenda, if you are interested in paying all of your invoices up front, or if you want to change the amount that you're paying, just let me know over the next month. I'll be setting up new invoices and I can make any changes you want.
Thanks, Jane. Yep. And please know that the donation that you make goes to the winning charity, but there's a lot of people that still feel that they want to give to the runner-up or the second, third. I mean, they're all winners. I don't like to say the non-winners. And so Jane can make that arrangement, or you could always send a check or even leave something tonight for the two that don't win the main lump sum at the end of the evening. Jane kind of covered the different ways to pay. Tonight there's a chat feature for our Zoom followers, and that's pretty much just for charity questions. So anybody that's online right now, you can type up your questions that you have for each charity, and then Katie will read them aloud, and then we can repeat them again if necessary, or the people that are asking questions in the room, our presenters or speakers, they can just repeat it, or Val or I can too, just to make sure that our people at home are able to hear the questions that are coming from in the room. Hybrid voting tonight. Again, you'll be asked or invited to do the live poll after our third charity presents. Oh, and this is the best part. I'm done, which is fabulous, absolutely fabulous. And then I'll be turning it over to Val, and she is going to be introducing all of our charities tonight. And then together we'll kind of tag team the question asking. But again, thank you so much for being here. Don't feel like you're glued to that chair. Please get up, get something else. One thing that's kind of nice is we have Susan, thank you, who's coming to the front row. She'll be timing our presenters. And so just be mindful, presenters, again, just kind of keep an eye on her when there's a minute left, 30 seconds left or whatever. Okay. Yay. Oh, deep breath. I can relax now. Woo! All right. No, thank you.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me okay? I need to adjust this. I'm not 6'2". Blonde bombshell. Thank you. Thank you. So first, let's see. Let me get my mouse going here. All right. Our charity presentations. I know that's why we're all here. This is uber exciting. Our first presentation this evening is from RISE. Special thanks to 100+ member Maggie Wade for her nomination. So please welcome Maggie and Scott Strong to the podium.
I am also very short, so I'm going to just pull this out like it's karaoke. Hi, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for welcoming us back. We were here last quarter, and so it's so good to see some familiar faces. And those of you at home, hello, I hope you can see me. Just as a refresher, I'm Maggie Wade. I work as the director at RISE Wisconsin, and we are a local nonprofit here in Madison, but we serve the greater Dane County area. We are one of the largest providers in early childhood development, education programs, child adolescent mental health services, and wraparound support, and planned and emergency respite care. We serve about 3,300 children, individuals, and families each year, and over 95% of the families that we serve are low to no income. So really those families that are really fighting barriers and inequities within different systems. And our approach to our work is really strength-based home visiting programs. So what we would like to do is go into the homes, into the communities, and really meet the participants where they're at and build off of their strengths and assets so that they can have a care coordination plan that really caters to their needs. Everybody comes to the program in a different space and ready, and they have different goals. On top of our programming, we really provide wraparound support. So on top of, engaging in the early childhood and especially mental health programs, which I'll focus on tonight, we really try to provide not only care for the participant enrolled in the family, but the entire family. So imagine wrapping a hug around the family. And that way we are able to help them with food security, job security, access to transportation, rental assistance. So I almost say like it's a layering of an onion, really. So think of yourself as your most secure and imagine like a layer comes off, as in your car breaks down and you don't know how you're gonna get to work the next day. You don't know how you're gonna access diapers for the week. You don't know how you're gonna get food on the table. And these are just a lot of the challenges that our participants are facing every single day. And if you can imagine, it was exacerbated by the pandemic and is still going strong. I really want to focus on our mental health programs, because if we were to receive the grant funding today from you all, it would go towards those wraparound needs. So our mental health programs really work with high-risk kids or teens and young adults that are at risk of being placed outside the home. So that's residential treatment, juvenile correctional facility, or foster care, and really trying to keep them within the home and build a support system around that, but then also provide those wraparound funds and wraparound needs for their families. Our Children Come First program is one that really works with at-risk kids. And then we have our comprehensive community services programs. And what we're seeing right now is a lot of really high needs for our programs. If you can imagine, mental health challenges for folks have been increasing since the start of the pandemic because of the isolation, and it's been very acute needs, so high acuity. And so we are really trying our best to meet those needs. And a lot of times that's exacerbated when they're in crisis and they're also trying to figure out how they're going to make rent that month. Or a lot of times it's taking a participant out to lunch so that they can have a meal and also engage with their care coordinator. Just an example of just kind of the impact one of our programs has had on a participant. We recently had a participant just a couple of weeks ago in our CCS program who needed to go to a job interview and didn't know how they were going to get there. So we were able to give them gas cards, and they were able to have gas and transportation to get to the job interview, and they got the job that day. We recently had just this year a participant who had 2 suicide attempts in his life, and he never thought he would make it to his 18th birthday. And he enrolled in our CCF program and now is really engaging with his family. He's doing well in school and he actually sees a future. So if you can imagine being that young and thinking you're not going to make it to your 18th birthday, that's pretty, being able to really support families and being able to help them with rental assistance, that's what this funding would be used for. And we don't really have those funds really built into the budget, somewhat in the CCF program, but that's actually shifting more into a CCS approach. So I only have 15 seconds, but just thinking of those basic needs, childcare registration fees, rental assistance. Those are the things that really can help a family be able to really engage in the program and be able to focus on getting the support they need. So thank you.
Thank you, Maggie. So now is the point in our program where you all have the opportunity to ask questions. So we have a 5-minute Q&A, and everyone in the room and everyone online, you are more than welcome to ask your questions of Maggie regarding RISE and their mission and who they serve and how they serve.
We want the mic, yeah, girl.
Hi, and thank you. That was a great presentation. I was very touched. So it's so many horrible things going on in all these houses in our community, and, you know, you're being able to make such a great impact is wonderful. I'm curious to understand, how do people find out about your program? And then how do you actually help them? Like, what's your staffing model look like? How many people do you help a year? That type of thing.
Oh,
Can you
sorry.
Sort of repeat that question.
Okay. So she asked basically, what do we specifically do with the families and with the participants, and what's our staffing model look like? We serve, I would say in our mental health programs, we serve about 170 a year. It's a little lower now that we're in, you know, with pandemic numbers, it was much higher. But we really, we go into the homes, we really create a support system around the participants. So it might be people that are involved in their lives. And so it's really creating a support system so that they can feel supported at home, and also particular like therapy. So they might have traditional therapy services, therapeutic services, but we also do art therapy, horse therapy, those kinds of things. And so being able to really find what works for them to be able to help them during times of crisis. Another question you asked was, oh gosh. Staffing, yes. So we have several, I want to say we have about 5 care coordinators and 2 lead supervisors that really work with several of the participants that are enrolled, and they go into the homes and they meet where they're at. When I say we meet with them where they're at, sometimes a lot of the times they've been told what is not working for them. And our approach is to say, not, that was hard for you, was it? We say, what do you need to be able to achieve that task? What do you need to be able to reach that goal? And we also collaborate with 100+ community partners, including the Village Tiger Bank with our early childhood programs, to be able to access those resources. So those different types of therapeutic services, independent living skills, and things like that. You had another question, and I can't believe. We get referrals from kind of everywhere. So hospitals, the school districts, teachers, other social workers, other families, and within our own programs and other community partners as well.
Katie, any online? Thank you.
Can you please describe your funding and your annual budget?
Sure. The question was, can I describe our funding and our annual budget? So our funding for especially our mental health programs, we get contracts through the county, through Dane County, and 100% of the participants are Medicaid funded. So then we take them on as a provider, and then we basically do a billing service, or we get like a flat rate with our CCF program. And so we're able to say this was the service we were able to provide. The issue is that, especially with our CCS program, we don't really have funds built in to be able to say, okay, I was able to provide rental assistance. So we usually have to raise that money through grants or individual donors, or we'll have to, get a grant funding or something along those lines. But we usually, or if it's something like providing a meal, sometimes that's out of staff's pocket. So.
And then to clarify, the grant would be used for rent assistance solely?
No, it would be wrap around. So any type of basic need items, food, security, or rental assistance. And then our annual budgets for CCF is usually 3 million. And then CCS is, I think it's about 750,000. Don't hold me to that number, but it's around that range. Any other questions?
Other questions in the room or online?
30 seconds.
We have time.
I will say with our hospital diversion program within CCF, the goal is to not have them go into institutional or residential treatment. And 85% of the participants in our hospital diversion program last year were able to remain at home. And we usually save taxpayers in Dane County about $9 million, because if they're not staying in a hospital bed, they're staying at home. It's saving money for the taxpayers as well, if that's a statistic that you're interested in. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh, God.
There you go.
Oh, God.
It's all good.
Oh, God.
You can just leave
I'm
it
just
out.
gonna let you struggle.
Okay.
No.
I'm feeling okay, everybody. Just a little update. My lips are pumped up. I can tell you're all very worried about me.
That was our intermission, right?
Yeah.
Right there. That was our intermission. Yes, yes. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you. So our second presentation this evening is from the Village Diaper Bank. And special thanks to 100 Plus Women member Bobby Reuter for her nomination. So please welcome Megan Sullenberger to the podium.
Thank you. I'm also just gonna freestyle this, I think. So good evening. I'm Megan Sullenberger, the founder and CEO of the Village Diaper Bank. I am certainly not new to the challenges of parenthood, but even as a seasoned mother, I didn't know the issue of diaper need existed simply because I hadn't experienced it. The first time I heard the term diaper bank, I was so confused. Surely there had to be some form of federal or state program that helped families with diapers, right? I started researching the issue and quickly found out diapers aren't covered by SNAP, WIC, or any other public assistance benefit. I read about babies getting severe, painful infections from being in the same diaper for 2 to 3 days. I read about how diaper scarcity can lead to missed shifts at work, which not only decreases family income, but can jeopardize employment. I read about how when a baby grows up with diaper need, they actually have trouble bonding with their mothers and suffer physical and emotional delays. And when I found out that here in Dane County, we have over 11,000 babies without clean diapers, I was stunned. Shortly after this, I returned to work after an extended leave for the birth of my second child, but I couldn't stop thinking about all of the babies in my own backyard that didn't have access to something as simple as a clean diaper. How on nights when I felt overwhelmed from the crying, it would be unimaginably difficult to know why your baby is upset and not to be able to do anything about it. I kept researching and set my sights on what was being done locally to help families get clean diapers. At the time, there was only one small diaper pantry in Madison that offered direct service 2 times a week, required proof of residency, and was only able to distribute about 45 diapers per family per month. For a family with multiple children in diapers, that might mean a day or two's worth. There had to be a way to get more diapers into the community without duplicating any services, and I was determined to create that, and I did. 1 year after first learning what a diaper bank was, I started the Village Diaper Bank. The Village was formed to make diapers available conveniently and reliably to those who need them when they need them. We launched in October 2018 in the basement of my home and distributed 3,800 diapers our first month to one partner agency. Today, we're distributing over 90,000 diapers per month from a 6,000 square foot warehouse to 23 agencies in 3 different counties. Through strong community partnerships, an innovative service model, and a focus on reliability, we're making a big impact for the families we serve. Here's how it works. We buy diapers at bulk prices through wholesalers and receive in-kind donations from churches, businesses, and through an incredible diaper drive with NBC 15 each year. Then we partner with social service organizations to get diapers and wipes into the hands of families that need them most. Distribution through partner organizations, let me just get rid of that, limits repetitive client vetting, overhead expenses, delivery costs, volunteer hours needed, and most importantly, frees up money in the budgets of our partners so that they can actually put their dollars toward their core mission. This model also eliminates access barriers, particularly for those that don't have reliable transportation, rely on public transit, or those who work shifted schedules. But what I'm most proud of is that our diapers serve as an incentive to keep families engaged in programs that can literally change their lives. From getting help, getting to wellness checkups for their children, to securing stable housing. Each child enrolled in our Every Bottom Covered model receives 100 diapers or 50 training pants each month, which equates to approximately $35 to $40 in savings per child per month for that family. We also offer a pantry model to local food banks, churches, and personal essential pantries so they can receive diapers for their families as well. We are so proud to be sidekicks behind the scenes, helping superheroes in this community make an even bigger impact. The success of our program has been humbling, but there is still so much work left to do. We currently have 12 agencies on the waiting list to work with us. Thousands of babies still need clean diapers and that we're not able to help yet. There is only one other diaper bank besides the Village between Madison and Eau Claire. The rural areas of our state are often forgotten and quickly become resource deserts that desperately need help. It's no surprise the pandemic, coupled with unprecedented inflation, is creating more need each and every day. And that's why I'm here tonight, to speak for the most vulnerable members of our community that don't have a voice or a choice about the circumstances they're born into. Your grant would allow us to create a bigger, better, more stable pipeline of diapers. It's clear the village can be a regional hub for the distribution of personal essentials in South Central Wisconsin, and it needs to be. It's been a little over 4 years since I started the village, but the pain I felt when I first learned about parents trying their best and still not being able to meet the basic needs of their baby is not far from my heart. By providing a child with diapers today, we can help them reach their full potential tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Megan. And now we move on to our 5-minute Q&A for Megan and Village Diaper. Questions in the room or online?
So you said that obviously you procure all the diapers and then where does it go? If they go to like, could you name some of the places where your diapers end up?
Yeah,
Besides-
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So, so some of the sorry. Here. Absolutely. So once, once we have partner agencies on board, that's where all of our diapers go. And some of the agencies we work with are RISE, the River, Salvation Army, Madison Metropolitan School District, Reach Dane. We work with UWTAA. The list kind of goes on and on. We work with a real full spectrum of providers, all the way from really small personal essentials pantries that are more grassroots focused, all the way up to kind of national offshoot organizations as well, like Salvation Army.
Yeah. Hold on.
Just curious about the outstanding need in Dane County.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. So on a monthly basis, we're serving about 480 kids with our Every Bottom Covered model. So that's through these social service agencies that administer case management and comprehensive services, more like that wraparound hug that Maggie was talking about. And then beyond that, we serve another approximately 500 to 600 children through our pantry partners. It's a little difficult to know the data on that end, just because pantries serve such a wide array of families. And a lot of the pantries we work with in particular, they don't have residency requirements or things like that. So we don't really know of those families, how many of them are repeat customers, but we estimate a lot.
Question from online. I believe the grant is for Dane County. Can you tell us about your Dane County partner?
Yeah, absolutely. So right now we only have 2 partners in other counties. One is St. Mary's, which is like a baby essential pantry in Watertown. And the only other one is Reach Green, which is basically like a subsidiary of Reach Dane that offers early Head Start and Head Start programming in Greene County. So the other 21 partners that we work with currently are here in Dane County, and that is our primary focus at this time. The other 2 partner agencies, though, it just made a lot of sense based on where they were located and who of our other partners that they worked with, that a partnership just seemed to be the right next step. But yes, our focus is primarily here in this geographic area, and we plan to continue to scale here until the need is met.
Question online. What is your personal background?
Great question. Not anything related to this. So I actually worked at Epic for 7 years before starting this, and actually had about 1.5 years overlap with the village. So my background is in human resource management. I was a benefits administrator, so I did 401k plans and all those fun things, health insurance. That's a good thing to have, right? So this is a pretty big pivot for me. I'd never written a grant in my life before I started the village, and it was a painful process, still is. So I'm learning every day, but it's an exciting challenge, and I'm really happy that I took the leap.
And are you volunteer run or are there paid staff?
So I am technically the only paid staff and I am part-time, which means that I work 39 hours a week, I guess you could say. So no, we don't have any staff. It's really just me and then a handful of really steady, reliable volunteers, including my mom. My mom's retired, so she helps run our warehouse and she helps facilitate a lot of the partner groups because I also have 3 little boys at home, one of whom turns 1 tomorrow. So busy, a little bit busy. So we kind of pull from family and friends a lot to keep things going.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all for having me.
Thank you, Megan. Okay. Clearly, I cannot multitask. I need to have Pam come up and advance the slides for me. So our final presentation this evening, we will hear from Luke's Closet, and special thanks to 100+ Women member Pam Klein for her nomination. So please welcome Kirsten Peterson to the podium. We have the whole posse, nice.
Pivot a little bit. Kirsten's gonna
Good.
cheer us on. while
Okay.
the 3 of us
All right.
take us.
Oh,
thank
good.
you on.
Hold it close.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Good evening. My name is Kim Nickel and I'm from Luke's Closet. It is an honor to be here. The other 2 organizations just knocked my socks off as well, so thank you. Luke's Closet provides clothing to children in foster, kinship, and adoptive care throughout Dane County. And if you're anything like me, kinship care was a new term, and that typically is when a grandma is responsible for the parenting of a child.
You get in front of the laptop. Thank you.
Yeah.
And they can see-
Thanks. Now I know what the wave is. Thanks. So kinship care is typically when a grandma assumes kind of parenting responsibilities for the family. And in Dane County, currently, there are over 400 children in foster and kinship care. The children we serve have often experienced trauma. That's why they're not with their parents anymore. By providing free clothing, Luke's Closet enables guardians to focus on helping children in crisis immediately. Thanks to the strong network of clothing donors we've built, we've grown to providing a week's worth of clothing plus outerwear for each child we serve. This is noteworthy because some families don't have easy access to laundry facilities. Clothing is delivered to kiddos and they can come to the closet and pick their own through a private shopping appointment or through our quarterly shop and eat events. Our next goal is to expand our efforts to include new shoes and boots. The families we serve and social workers we partner with tell us this is a critical need. And we need your help. A grant from 100+ Women Who Care would allow us to fund footwear for approximately 250 children. For those of you with children at home, think about how many shoes they have, how much each pair costs, and how fast they outgrow them. Shoes are a significant expense for any family, but especially for the families we serve. As an all-volunteer, all-woman nonprofit, we operate on a shoestring budget. All funds given to Luke's Closet will go directly to this footwear effort. Your support tonight would make a significant impact without a doubt. Now I have the pleasure of introducing Kate Gravel, a social worker from Dane County, and Flor Mitchell, one of our fabulous foster parents.
Thank you and good evening. I'm going to scoot here. My name is Kate and I'm a Dane County social worker and I work in the kinship care program. And currently there are 270 children in Dane County in kinship care. Voluntary kinship families are caring for related children in need who are not involved in our court system. I happen to work in the court order kinship program. These families typically receive a call from a child protection social worker or youth justice worker saying, we have a child who can no longer safely stay in their home. Could you take them? These families have little to no warning, little to no time to prepare to care for these children. Many of these families have such very limited resources themselves and may be struggling to make ends meet to meet the needs of their own family. And yet they still open their home to care for the children. It is often takes several weeks for families to receive any sort of consistent financial support. Kinship families are faced with making very difficult decisions to put food on the table or to buy much needed clothes and shoes for the children in their care. Luke's Closet has been an amazing resource to families that helps them ease some of that burden. It allows families to quickly receive clothing for children in their care who come sometimes with just the clothes on their back. And in times when family is not available, we are so fortunate in Dane County to have amazing foster parents like Flor, who will tell you about her experience.
Hi, my name is Flor Mitchell, my husband, my 7-year-old, and I have been fostering children for the last 5 years. During this time, we have had about 8 placements, ranging from a newborn who stayed with us for 2 days to a 7-year-old boy who lived with us for a year. We currently have siblings who have been with us for 20 months. Maybe I need to read, sorry. We learned about Luke's Closet a couple of years ago, and having Luke's Closet available to our family takes so much stress and anxiety from our plate, not only when we first get up kids, but also as we keep kids together for months. Our family has been able to attend the shop and eat events, and our kids love picking out their outfits and shoes when they were available, and connecting, especially meeting other foster children. Luke's Closet has created a sense of community for us. We feel welcome, we feel that we belong, and our children are very grateful. Thank you. Sorry.
Great job. Thank you. Yes.
Sorry.
Thank you. So our final 5-minute Q&A again for Luke's Closet and the group up here. Anyone in the room or anyone online?
So where do you get the clothes from? And then where, you said, I think you said this was gonna be used for shoes?
We have people donate clothes, new or nearly new clothing, to us. And it's amazing how boxes of brand new clothes just sometimes show up at our doorstep. It is an amazing gift. And then for footwear, what we do is we provide gift cards, and then they can choose their own shoes. And we have a partnership with Kohl's. You buy so many gift cards, you get a discounted rate on the gift cards. And then the families can go to the store or pick them out online, whatever is most convenient for them. And then we provide the gift cards in increments kind of based on age. The teen needs more than the 6-year-old.
So. Like there.
I think the question is, how do families find us?
Yeah, well, that too, like how they expect.
Yeah. We have a very strong partnership with Dane County social workers. And so they use us as a resource for a lot of their families. We do use social media. The foster families have a social media account. Kinship families have a social media account. We've also reached out to school social workers, Middleton Outreach Ministry. I'm going to be talking to you ladies next. Trying to get the word out. Does that answer your question? Okay.
Question from online. So the money from tonight for shoes and boots to be used by gift cards at Kohl's?
That is correct. And it would be provide shoes for approximately 250 children. And then the Dane County social workers would be on the front lines of, they understand who are the neediest families in Dane County. And that would be how they would be distributed.
Can I add?
Oh, yeah.
And also, as a foster parent, taking a kid to a store to buy their own shoes, such a special moment, so we're very grateful.
Thank you, Flora. That's a great addition.
Kate, do you have anything to add?
I just want to thank you all for your time and considering our program. It is very I work with kinship families, and like I said, to see them struggling to pay their own bills, to manage their own families, and then to open their homes to take in other kiddos so that they can stay together. It's amazing, and it is challenging. I mean, these kids come, and lots of them, little kids, grow out of clothes so fast and grow out of shoes, so they don't have the things that they need. And just to have this basic need filled would mean so much. And to have shoes that are, and for older kids that are in style, that look like kids and other, shoes that other kids have. They already feel different because they're not living with their parents. And so I think to help normalize the situation, help them feel like they fit in, this would be a really great opportunity for them.
You're making this look easy and it's really not.
I'm calling in via Zoom.
Thank you.
Okay, and with that comes me opening up my phone again. Sorry, one moment, please. But it's vote time, right? That's what we're all here to do. We're all excited to get those votes in. So we'll have board members coming around and passing out your ballots if you didn't get one when you first walked in. Otherwise, you can feel free to vote, and then our board members will pick them up and put them in the basket. Is there a way to get this off the screen?
No.
Okay.
I nominated myself on that.
Feel free to please visit with one another after you voted. There's a whole big thing of hot chocolate over there, lots of goodies. We're also holding you hostage. You can't leave without taking cookies tonight, please. Yes.
Hey. How's every time?
Oh, okay. She's a really good friend of mine. So I posted things one last quarter and she's like, oh my gosh, yes.
We're over at Lindbergh Elementary.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so perfect timing. Will is here from Mentoring Positives. He was our charity award winner, impact award winner from last quarter. And so we're really excited to have him here during kind of our voting period. He's going to catch us up on what he's been doing with the impact money that we were able to give him in September. So if you want to just stand in front of the computer so our Zoom people can see you, and then I know you're a coach and all, but we still want you to use the mic.
Okay, sounds good. Sound good.
Go ahead.
All right. People are looking.
Ignore me.
Okay,
Yeah,
sounds
ignore me.
good. So hello, everyone. I think I got about 3 or 4 minutes. I'm gonna keep it to that. I am Will Green. I am the founder and executive director of Mentoring Positives. We started that program in 2004. We're right over in the Darbo Worthington Park neighborhood, so about 5 minutes away from the Goodman Center. Me and my wife started that. I lost my mom to breast cancer. She was 46 years old at the time that I lost her. Her name was Muriel Pipkins, and I took the M and the P and I created Mentoring Positives in her honor to mentor kids here in the community. So we've been doing that for the last 20 years. I'm also the head coach for the girls varsity basketball team at Madison La Follette. So that's where I'm coming from, or I would have had a different attire tonight. For us, I just wanted to thank you all for giving us, for choosing us as the recipient of your last grant. And we've been right to work with that. So right now we're about to open up a new retail space. In our program, we have products that we have the children, our youth create. They created over at the Feed Kitchen on the north side. So they create a mild and a spicy salsa, which is called Off the Block. And we have 7 varieties of pizza that the kids produce themselves, package. The salsas in all Willie Street co-ops, Metcalf's Hilldale, Westtown, and the pizzas in Willie Street North and Metcalf's Hilldale and Westtown. So the new Ella's Deli space, that's where our new retail space is going to be, on the bottom of that building. So that big, beautiful mural right there on East Wash. Thank you. So we'll be in that space. I just got keys last week. Thank you. So we're pretty excited. So we'll be in the space with the kids. I created the space where it has all glass in there. So if you're walking down East Wash, you can look right in the building and see the kids working in the kitchen. We're also going to have a youth space, and I sent a little video, so maybe you can send it to the members later. But it shows a room. So I call this the 100 Women That Care, this room that we have. And so we have all our chairs and tables in this room. We're going to do a lot of training with kids in this room. They're going to be Zooming with kids from different states, hopefully, and giving them career exploration opportunities with other organizations and businesses in the community. So it's going to be a unique space. We're going to sell limited pizza and salsa there. But we'll also have a space where kids can like come out and hang out with us. So I look forward to seeing you all in that space, and come and check us out. Grab some pizza, because when you grab pizza and salsa, we can actually employ more kids that way. So it's a joy. I love working with kids. I've been doing it for over 30 years. I may look pretty young, but I am 51. So I've been doing it a long time, and I just enjoy it. I've been working with kids that's adjudicated through the court system. Some have mental health issues that we work with. And me and my wife have done foster care for teenage boys for like 7 years. High stress transitional teenage boys in our home. So we got 2 daughters. We just sent our first daughter off to Carthage College in Kenosha. So this is her first year. She just finished her last final today. And we got a 2nd grader, so I'll be doing it all again, coming down that road. So I just really, truly appreciate your time here and choosing us. I know that you all care about the community, and you sit here giving your time and service to kids and families in our community. So I appreciate that. Thank you for having me, and thanks for giving me this time tonight. Thank you.
That's all right. Okay, so before we announce the winners, just a quick reminder that our meetings are all set for 2023. The next one will be Monday, March 13th, and it will be here once again. And I always think it's really important just to take a moment and look at not only the dollar amount that's on the screen, but just the number of charities that have benefited from all of you and your heart and your pockets. And it's pretty incredible. So I'm just going to clap for all of you, and let's clap for all of us, because this is crazy and amazing. And so the moment we've all been waiting for, our December 2022 Impact Award winner this evening goes to Luke's Closet. And one of the most exciting things is that we get to present them with a check this evening as well. Yeah, y'all gotta come up, like, accept your award. I mean, I'll hold it, but this is yours. So again, thank you to our membership too, quickly, just for being so flexible and understanding as we transition to a new payment form. I know it's made Jane's life a lot easier, and what's exciting is we get to give them a check tonight for that initial 10,000. And then other monies that will come in. And of course, I will always give a little plug for our other 2 amazing charities that were here tonight too. So let me just turn it over if you'd like to say thank you, or. Yes.
You guys are amazing. Truly, it was an honor to be here. Thank you all so much. I think.
Everybody, I wish I could check pictures of our kids running to Luke's Closet, little outfits. Last time it was a spring jacket, the one they got, and it rained after, so it was just the best feeling for us as parents, keeping these kids together, and for the kids feeling so happy to just be with each other and connecting to other foster families and other foster children. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
All right, that's it. So again, like I said, we actually have somebody guarding the door. You cannot leave unless you have cookies in your hands, your coat pockets, your purses. And have a wonderful holiday season, however it is that you celebrate. So thank you so much, membership.